Let's kick it off at the quarterback position. Who we got going this weekend?
I'm going to start Joe Burrow, and I want you guys to thank me on X at Michael_Fabiano for reverse jinxing Joe Burrow back into life last week when he was my sit of the week at quarterback. And I did it just for that reason. He had a huge game against the Cardinals. The calf didn't look like a problem. He's got a really good matchup this week at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Their defense has allowed 22-plus fantasy points to two quarterbacks since week 2. So Burrow is back in our good graces. And I like Matt Stafford this week. He's got his full complement of weapons now back. That Cooper Kupp is back in the offense, and he had a big game last week. So did Puka Nacua. This is a good matchup, too, against the Cardinals. They've allowed the third most fantasy points to quarterbacks based on passes alone. Stafford's not going to run much, so that's an important stat.
Matthew Stafford is someone that could even be available on your waiver wire if you need a replacement for someone such as Anthony Richardson as well. All right, who are you sitting at the quarterback position?
You know me. Jared Goff plays at home. I'm starting him. Jared Goff plays on the road. I am sitting him. Jared Goff is on the road this week in Tampa Bay. The numbers are unbelievable. When he plays at Ford Field, he's Joe Montana. When he's not at Ford Field, he looks more like Elvis Gerback. It's just not good. The numbers do not bode well from a fantasy perspective. 8 touchdown passes, averaging 11.7 fantasy points per game in road games dating back to last year. I'm also not playing Geno Smith, and Geno was really good last season. He was the QB5. It surprised the heck out of me, but he's not been great so far this season. The numbers have not been there. He's got a tough road matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals, got to travel mostly across the country. And Cincinnati has allowed an average of just 14 fantasy points per game to visiting quarterbacks.